Like, I know y'all said that the theme of season 2 was Robin season, but damn, y'all just cut right to the point at the beginning of the episode, huh? Hey everyone, it's Sharona from Pay or Wait, and today I am going to be reviewing season 2 of Atlanta, episode 1, Alligator Man. So I decided to add a new show to my little TV review list, and it's gonna be what better than Atlanta since I live in Atlanta. And so the beginning of this episode opens up with these two guys talking like they real nonchalant and stuff, just chilling, like dude sitting on the couch playing a little FIFA soccer game and stuff. His friend come over, and first of all, before I get into their conversation, don't be coming to my house and then go into my refrigerator and just take my Powerade. You didn't ask for it. Then he was gonna put his lips on it. Like, he'd just be like, hey man, get a cup. Like, that's common knowledge. Just, y'all, don't be disrespectful to your friends like that. Don't, and it didn't look like I could see if maybe, no, it's just no excuse. Because even if it was just he had a couple in there, he still should have asked, okay? You just assumed that you was gonna get a whole bottle, not in this house, okay? Make sure y'all using cups when y'all go to people's houses. Don't be putting your mouth on stuff. I don't even know where your mouth been, okay? So they sitting up there talking and having this like casual conversation, talking about like his friends or whatever. And then he was like, yeah, I gotta get some gas. And he was like, well, you know, you can go to Miss Winters. And I was like, I mean, I've never been to Miss Winters, but last time I checked, I thought they only sold chicken. And then you talk about getting gas. I was like, well, maybe Miss Winters and stepped up in the world. You know, they were trying to be like, you know, Hardee's back in the day. It would always be a Hardee's at a gas station. You know, they used to sell chicken at Hardee's too back in the day. You know, so you go get your Hardee's, you go fill up your tank before you go to work. You know, that's why I was thinking we was having that little scenario and stuff, because clearly I'm not thinking what the real connection is. And so I think they named, Curtis and Drew. So they roll up to Miss Winters because he was like, yeah, I'm finna give me something to eat before I gotta go to work. And so I was like, okay. And so he pull up and he ordered his food, and he was like, yeah, let me get a number 17. I said, number 17? Like, what kind of menu Miss Winters got? And then when the total said 60.85, I should have known that something was wrong right then and there, okay? I missed all of the signs, okay? I just needed to read further into their conversation, okay? And so they pull up to the thing, and he like 60.75, and the dude, they got masks on and stuff now, and dude jump over the counter with the gun and then go to the storage closet, and then it clicks like, oh, gas mean weed. Like, they was going to get the weed because they said, you know, the janitor was on that stuff. He was still on the stuff, and so he went and found a stash in the back. And then when the dude come out of the storage closet, he got his machine gun, and he started shooting. I was like, oh, snap, this dude finna die. But no. You mean to tell me this dude had like a smaller handgun, and you got this machine gun, you done shot up the whole damn store, and you didn't hit him? Like, the dude was ducking and diving like in the store, still not getting hit by any bullet. And then he even make it outside alive, and they get in the car, and then the car stops. So I was like, well, damn, I mean, finally, after like 2 minutes of shooting continuously, and you didn't miss this fool, you finally got them. And then a girl jump out, and I was like, well, I didn't even see her in a car. Then she crying hysterically. She got blood. I'm like, did something hit her in a car and that hit her? And I just don't know. But I was just like, well, you guys have my attention. Like, you said Robin season, and you said you was gonna start off with some Robin season, okay? And so then it cuts to Earn, and he basically still ain't got his life together. He is now sleeping in a storage unit. And so you see the guy like open the gate like, look, you gotta go. They gonna come for you today. They know you in here sleeping. Like, this is not a place of residence. This is a storage unit. And then he started going through the dude's boxes and stuff, taking stuff. He was like, wait a minute, man. Like, you gotta auction my stuff up. And then he was like, sorry, I watch Storage Wars too. And Storage Wars is actually a really good and entertaining show. If you haven't watched it, you definitely should. But he like, this ain't that. And I was like, oh. Well, what is it? But yeah, so Earn gets up, he goes to Al and Darius' place because he got to go see his PO, and Darius said that he was going to take him. And so Darius answer the door, and he like a little weird. And Darius is already weird, but he's like weirder than normal. And so you can see when Ern walks in, there's like this unspoken tension between Al and Darius. And so Ern is like, yo, what's up with you and Darius? And Al like, I don't want to talk about it. And Darius, oh my gosh, Darius is so weird. So he's making sliders. He's like, hey, you want some sliders? He's like, yeah, I'll get one. And then he was like, be careful, it's cold. I was like, Darius, if it's cold, he ain't got to be careful. I mean, I guess he could. You warned him that the food not hot, or they could have heated it up. I was just like, it was so weird. But yeah, and so then while they over there, one of Al's girls come up, Tara. Yeah, Tara. And then Ern's like, hey, Regina. I was like, Ern, do better. Even Darius like, yo, what are you doing? And he was like, my bad. You know what? I called you Regina because you look like this girl I used to go to school with, but it just wasn't fixing it. But she was just like, whatever anyway. And so, long story short, Darius takes him to his, to meet his PO. And so in the course of he's trying to ask Darius in the car, like, hey, what's going on with you and Al? And Darius like, I don't want to talk about it. And so then somehow, Darius asked Ern, like, hey, how your parents doing? And he was like, oh, well, they're on their way to Florida. They're doing fine. And he was like, yo, you been telling me to watch out about Florida. And I'm like, but what's wrong with Florida? And then Ern is like, what's up with Florida? And he was like, you ain't heard of the Florida man? And he's like, the Florida man? And I'm like, the Florida man? Like, I ain't heard of the Florida man. And so he's like, yeah, this is this guy. You never know his name. They always refer to him as the Florida man. It's always headlines like Florida man shoots unarmed black kid, or Florida man punches baby mama's boyfriend while she's giving birth. All these crazy headlines. And so I'm laughing because I'm just thinking like Darius is just being weird and Darius, but lo and behold, this is like a real thing. So it's not like, Darius says it's one person and he's like an alt-right Johnny Appleseed, and they basically do all these things to discourage black people from going to Florida and registering to vote, which is crazy in itself. But this is like a real thing, that all these crazy headlines that come out of Florida, and it always says like Florida man does this or Florida woman does this. Like it had a Twitter account. They disabled the first Twitter account. It actually has a new Twitter account if you go look it up. Like I'm just sitting there mind blown. And my friend from Florida, of course I called my friend from Florida. He's like, you didn't know about this? And I was like, no, what kind of friend are you not to tell me all this craziness that be happening in Florida? And my behind be going back and forth. I'm trying to go to Disney World, before all the bad little kids get out of school and have a little fun visit. But now I got to rethink things because it's just craziness in Florida right now. And so, okay, so he goes to see the PO. The PO he got rude as hell, but I'm like, what PO has anyone ever had, even just for speeding ticket? Everybody always rude. They stay rude. Like they mad, like I told you to do this for a living and you treat me like crap, okay, in my time of need. And so they basically tell him like, look, you gotta pay for these classes, it's $375, you got the coins. He said no, because we know Ern ain't got no damn money, don't never had no money. And so she was just like, okay, well you gotta pay this before the time is up. And so, yeah, and so basically, they go get some gas afterwards, and we see that there's like a dead body across the street. And then Darius makes the reference like it's robbing season, before Christmas, people got to do what they got to do to get their coins, to get them gifts or whatever. And so it's robbed or be robbed. And so, yeah. And then they have this weird conversation. Darius like, what flavor are your Cheetos? And he was like, hot. And I was just like, I can't. But it's funny, but I just can't with these conversations that they have. And so while he's there, Al, called Ern, and he was like, oh, what's up? He's like, hey, man, I'm finna put you on speakerphone. You on speakerphone now. And he was like, nigga, take me on speakerphone. That's like, I hate when people do that. If I wanted to be on speakerphone, I would have answered the phone and be like, hey, put me on speakerphone. But if I didn't say put me on speakerphone, then don't put me on no damn speakerphone. So I felt Al. And if you already thought they were beefing, they had tension, why you put him on speakerphone anyway? Like, if he needed to talk to Darius, he would call Darius, but he called you. Okay, I'm done with my rant. But he tell him like, hey, I need you to go to Uncle Willie's house because his girl's talking about he done kidnapped her. Go handle that for me because he on house arrest. He can't do nothing. So yeah. So he go to the house and Darius like, y'all be getting vibes, man. Like, can I go with you? And he's like, okay, I don't care. And so they knock on the door. And who answered the damn door? Who is Uncle Willie? It is none other than Cat MF and Williams. I'm trying to stop cursing, y'all, on this Sunday too. I'm trying to stop cursing, but it's Cat MF and Williams, okay? And I was just like, oh, this episode is just going to be even more hilarious until the end. And so he answered the door, and he told him, come in, take your shoes off. And I was like, okay. So when Darius was talking to Uncle Willie, he was like, hey, I don't really like, saying it's nice to meet you because I don't believe in the concept of time. And I'm just like, Darius, it's not the time for all of that, man. And so he'd be like, hey, what's going on? I heard you got Yvonne locked up in the room. He's like, no, she stole $50 from me while I was sleeping, and I want my damn money back. And she ain't going nowhere until I get my money back. So as he trying to go into the door, he like, no, not that door, because the alligator in there. And we was like, an alligator? Like who? Okay, even if I just accept the fact that you have a pet alligator, it's not uncommon. We've seen all the crazy videos, but why is it in your house? Why the alligator in your house, okay? And then they like, oh, that's Coach. So y'all done named the alligator Coach? Like, what an odd name. So this is clearly your pet. And so he go into the other room and he was like, yo, is it really an alligator? She's like, yeah, man, it's Coach. Like, he's like, was the alligator here when I was staying here? Yeah. And I'm like, so how did you miss a whole alligator being in the house when you was living there? But okay. And so I'm like, look, if you took the money, just here, I'm gonna give you 100. And I'm like, where the hell you get 100 from? He said it was from Al, but I didn't see Al give him no money. And if Al giving you money for this, can he give you the 375 to go ahead and get your stuff taken care of? But that's a whole nother conversation. So he gave her the 100, be like, hey, make sure you get your change back, whatever, just get this taken care of because you do know that kidnapping is a felony. She's like, well, I didn't call the police, but the neighbor probably gonna call the police. Everybody got that nosy ass neighbor. They ain't got nothing better to do with their lives, so they in everybody else's lives and spying on them. So yeah, I can believe that. And so she come out, lo and behold, but by the time before they can come out, the police show up, okay? So the police there and they're like, hey, what's going on? We gotta say that there's a domestic dispute. And Cat, oh my God, he like, no, we ain't domestic, I'm just fucking her. Dang, I didn't curse. Ooh, okay. He said, no, we ain't domestic, I'm just effing her. And now it's like, I can't. Like, are you serious right now? Like, you really saying this to the cops? And the cops like, hey, we need you to come outside. He's like, nah, I ain't coming outside because I ain't did nothing wrong. You think I'm gonna come outside so y'all can do something crazy to me? No. And he was like, y'all keep playing on my door, banging on my door and stuff. I'm gonna send my alligator out. He was like, man, you ain't got no alligator. And then these kids show up like, yeah, man, he got an alligator. That's the alligator man. And I was like, Lord, he knows the alligator man all around. I just can't deal with this whole little episode. And so him and Ern kind of like really get into like some deep getting into it. And he kind of alludes to the fact like something happened with his mom or his uncle let something happen to his mom. I don't know if they're going to touch on that a little bit later. But, Ern was just like, dude, like, you're crazy. He's like, man, I ain't crazy. Like everybody always saying that. He was like, you need to get your life together. Like you the one that's homeless. You ain't even got a mirror to look in, which was true because you're living in a damn storage unit. But he was like, look, I don't want to end up like you, somebody who was smart, who just let dumb, effed up stuff happen to him over and over again. And I was like, dang, that was below the belt, Ern. And like, it's real below the belt too, because you ain't even got your damn life together. You ain't got your ish together. And you sitting up here trying to read your uncle. You need to read yourself, okay? And so even he was like, oh, like, I know you ain't talking. He's like, you gonna end up like me. He's like, you ain't got nothing going for yourself and you need Ern needs Al because Al got all this money now. And so you basically trying to come over here and handle these disputes and make sure you can make sure that yourself is still useful to him so he don't cut you off and then you really ain't got nothing. And he was like, he said some real stuff right here when he was like, family is business. And I was like, that is so true. And it's like, and then Ern, like he had to take a step back and be like, yeah, because you sitting up here, you need a place to stay. You don't even feel comfortable asking him for a place to stay because you don't want to ruin the relationship of you trying to be his manager or whatever you're trying to do these days with him. You want to stay in his good graces. So you walking on eggshells around him, basically being this errand boy. And he was just like, you know what, here, like take this. He give him a gun. I'm like, don't take the gun. You on probation, fool. Then this fool take the damn gun. And then his uncle like, look, if you don't want to end up like me, then you need to get rid of that chip off your shoulder. And then I was like, yeah, because, Ern is like so, like, he's kind of prideful. Like, he don't want to really ask for help. He asks for help when it gets to like the last minute, like the Hail Mary, like I need your help now. And he don't never really want to communicate with people, tell like what's really going on and stuff. Even like how he asked Darius to stay with Al. I'm like, it's Al's house and you're his cousin. You knew Al before Darius. Like, why are you asking Darius to stay in Al's place? And that's why, you know, at the end of the episode, when you see like he come back and his some dude named, I don't know what the dude's name was, but he's staying on the couch now because the dude ain't had no problem saying, hey, I need help. And Al helped him. And so I feel like hopefully this season is about Ern humbling himself and really trying to get his life together and figuring out, is he going to be useful to Al or is he going to try to just do his own thing? But we already know he's going to be making dumbass decisions because he took the damn gun. Like, I don't understand why you thought taking the gun was a good idea. And that's why everybody laughed at you when they saw that you got this bright ass, shiny gold gun. Like, what were you thinking? But yeah, but back to the Willie stuff. So then Willie creates the best diversion of them all. And then this alligator just pop out the damn house all slow, walking like a little G and stuff. And everybody looking like, this fool really had a damn alligator. Then you see Willie running down the street. And I was like, yo, what track team did Cat Williams run for? Because when I say that fool was like gone, he was gone, okay? Like, I was tired watching him run. Like, I want to see him and the dude from Get Out do a little race, okay? Because I think that would be very entertaining to watch. But I have to say, this is a pretty damn good first episode. Like, it really, like, from the opening scene to the whole thing with Cat Williams, like, this was a pretty damn good way to start the season. And it was so good that it kind of makes me feel like, can y'all really top Cat Williams? Like, I know they said they have a lot of like cameos and people who you wouldn't believe would be on the show, but I'm like, damn, y'all started so strong. I'm almost scared that like the other episodes won't live up to the season 2 premiere. But you know what? I'm gonna sit back, relax. I'm gonna watch this season and I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. And if they got some people who are more funny than Cat Williams, then I would tip my invisible hat off to y'all. But yeah. But those are my thoughts on the first episode of season 2, Atlanta, Alligator Man. My name is Sharana from Pay Your Weight, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I will see you soon.